Hello, and welcome to another edition of Meet a Mentalist. I'm Eric, and with me today I have the one and only Carolyn Slaughter. Carolyn, say hello.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Good to have you. Are you ready to jump in?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so, the goal here is to get to know you, right? Let's start on the personal side. Tell me about your family.
So I have a husband, Stedman. I have two children, Silas and Jocelyn. Silas is 11 and Jocelyn is 6. And then I have a dog, Milo. He is 2.5. And the best and worst thing that ever happened to our family.
I remember when you got Milo, so it's been a couple of years now, 2.5 years. We'll get into some of that in a little bit, but Milo is a blessing and a curse. He's a ball of energy.
Yeah, he's the goodest boy and the baddest boy, all in one giant head.
Yeah, I've got one of those myself. I understand what it's like to have a really good dog, but also a really naughty dog. Are your kids mostly good?
They are very, very good kids. They are totally different, which is a really funny experience having two children who are of the same genetic pool completely and just polar opposites, but they are both really good, sweet kids.
Awesome. Awesome. Sounds like you're blessed on the family side. Your husband and you, couple kids and a dog, crazy dog running around. Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah, we're living.
Good for you. And 11 and 6, I imagine your kids are probably pretty active. Maybe some of that'll come in later in the questions here today. Where do you live?
We are in Oceanside, California, which is near San Diego. We're sort of the northernmost tip of San Diego County. It's us and then Pendleton, and then you get up into Orange County in LA.
Okay. So you're living in northern San Diego effectively.
Yep, in North County.
Is North County. That sounds like an industry term. That's a locals only know that type of stuff. All right. So North County, is that where you're from?
I'm from Colorado originally, actually. I'm from Longmont, Colorado is where I hail from. And I lived there until I was about 30. And then we moved to Florida for a couple of years. Florida was not for us. And then we moved out here. My husband's actually from this area. So we moved, it was either Colorado or here. And we figured let's try California. We do like the warm weather.
Excellent. Excellent. So a Coloradan who's pretty much been and seen it all. You tried Florida, but not for you. So now you're in sunny Southern California.
Absolutely. Yeah, loving it.
Very good. What do you do for the agency?
I am a senior solutions architect here. Basically, my role is meeting with clients, getting to know them, getting to know their businesses, and really helping them get their HubSpot instances off the ground and optimized and running the best way possible for them.
Okay, cool. Senior solutions architect. You do a lot of system design and setup and activation, really helping people achieve value in HubSpot. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, absolutely. Helping them, obviously people purchase this big box that has a million billion possibilities inside of it. And it's really my job to get to know them and their needs and what they need and help kind of connect all the wires in such a way that it's really going to be what they wanted when they came to HubSpot.
Well said. Well said. A million billion sounds like a lot of options inside HubSpot. Nice of you to help people sort through all of that and figure out which of the million billion options they need for their business.
Yeah, I love it. I really enjoy it. I feel like I'm kind of solving puzzles all day long is how it feels to me. And I am a puzzle person. I enjoy it.
Awesome. Solving puzzles for the client. I like that. How long have you been in the industry working with HubSpot, maybe similar roles, stuff like that?
Yeah, I started actually as an SDR for an agency in 2018. And then I sort of parlayed that into a more RevOps type role, which is really what I love and really what I'm good at. So I've been in the industry for 7 years now.
Very good. And it sounds like multiple different sort of angles and approaches in there, but you gravitated from maybe cold calling into RevOps and found your home. And you've certainly parlayed that here at the agency over the last few years. So phenomenal. Thank you. That's great. So 7 years in the industry, working as a senior solutions architect. I don't know, you got an example, like what something you've done cool recently that just like maybe helped you find one of the million billion solutions?
Yeah, I did have an interesting sort of quandary that came to me recently from a client. The way that their system works, so I'll keep it as high level as I can. The way their system works, they've got companies that flow into their lead pipeline, those flow into deals basically. But they also have contacts, and what they were finding was that sometimes their users were not associating contacts with their deals. That was causing some automation issues on the far end. And basically, what they wanted was to automate when a deal gets created to make sure that if there's a contact associated that to the company, then it's also associated to the deal. In most cases, this is happening, but in the instances where it's not, basically, I had to figure out a way to kind of triangulate between the contact and the deal and automate associating those two. So, what I did was actually a pretty simple solution. I just took the associated company and I created a custom field on the contact and the deal, and we're copying the company record ID onto the contact, copying it onto the deal, and then using those two unique identifier custom fields to associate the contact and the deal. So it was like a pretty simple solution. I was pretty proud of it though.
Yeah. So what I heard there is automating the proper associations to prevent some of that downstream issues they were having, but also just to maybe clean up for the sales rep a little bit, ensure that they have everything in place. That probably reduces work and burden on the sales team by solving that thing in maybe a very intuitive way. But would you buy into that? That maybe that automation helps streamline both for the organization, but also streamline for the salespeople.
Absolutely. And this is a huge organization, just a huge sales organization. And so, really, the goal is for the salespeople to have as simple of a process as possible. There's always going to be some level of human error. So, wherever we can kind of, circumvent that, that's always a win for everybody involved. Also, just for their day to day. They're not having to do as much work. But then from like the organizational standpoint, the administrators who are kind of responsible for data cleanliness and trying to keep the portal sane, basically, this creates a nice solution for them where we're, championing data cleanliness. And it's a really nice, simple automation. It's a clean automation. I am happy for that as well.
Good for you. So probably not the first time in your 7 years in the industry you found yourself trying to make things easy for a salesperson inside a CRM.
100%. And starting out as an SDR, that's always something that I kind of bring with me into anything that I do for sales organizations is kind of like, I've been the agent. So what was good for me? Obviously, HubSpot's changed a lot since I was there. We didn't even have a sales workspace, but I try and bring that in. Like if I'm the end user and I'm the agent, what are the mistakes that I'm going to make? What's the data I'm never going to log? How can I, fix that? And what's going to make my day to day easier?
That's phenomenal. Basically, from your perspective and experience, streamlining the sales process to make stuff easier. We talk a lot about user stories and stuff like that around here. And I think that's a perfect example of you using your paradigm and context and perspective and experience to make you a better solutions architect.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I love that. Phenomenal. All right, let's bounce back to the personal side a little bit. Like when you're not building sales systems and helping salespeople and streamlining and automating and working through a bazillion different technical features, like what do you do for fun? What do you and your husband, family, like what hobbies, special interests, anything like that?
Well, we're Southern California people, so we love going to the beach. We try to spend as much time down there as possible. We also love going to concerts. We all like music a lot. During Padres season, we love going to Padres games. But frankly, a lot of our time, we're sports parents. We have kids in sports age and activity age. My daughter does gymnastics. She's a little theater girl too, so she takes theater classes. And then my son plays basketball, flag football, and lacrosse. So that is a big time suck for sure, but a lot of fun too.
Yeah, so silly me for asking what you did for fun when you have kids at that age, because really what you do is chase your kids around for a living all weekend long. But if you did have some time, you'd maybe check out the beach, go to a concert or something like that. So you're spending time with family pretty much in your free time, no matter what. Sometimes it's chasing kids for engagements, but sometimes you maybe get a little bit of fun in North County.
100%. We try to slot in fun stuff to do. Anytime we have a little breather, anytime we have a little break, we try and slot in some fun stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Carolyn, great to get to know you a little bit today. Shared some great stories, great perspectives. But you know how we do it here. You got to close it out big. You got to have some sort of like inspirational quote or something like that. Like, what have you got for us?
So mine is it's a title of a book, not like a quote per se. It's a book by Charles Bukowski. I'm a big Bukowski fan. I love a lot of his poetry, and he has a lot of really amazing quotes. But his book title is "What Matters Most Is How Well You Walk Through the Fire." Oh, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, had a little frog. So it's a book title, not a quote per se. It's by Charles Bukowski. I'm a big Bukowski fan. He says a lot of things that really resonate with me. But the book title is "What Matters Most Is How Well You Walk Through the Fire." And that is something that I sort of carry with me all of the time. I love it very much. I think that, we all have strife and hardship and different things that come up. And a lot of times the only way out is through. And it's really about how you get through it and how well you get through.
100%. Really well said. Struggle is inevitable, right? But it's like how you deal with the whirlwind and the challenges of life that defines you, I think is in the spirit of that quote. Give it to us one more time to close us out.
What matters most is how well you walk through the fire.
Wonderful. Carolyn, great to have you today. Crushed it. Love everything you do for the agency. Congratulations on your recent promotion and best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Eric.
All right. We'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Bye now.